Hello and welcome to the Lulu Light Legacy. I am Lulu. I'm so happy to be doing another reading for you guys. This is a collective pull, so I only pulled two cards for this collective message, and so much things were channeled through it. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope it resonates, and let's get into it. The first card that we have is 48, Dragon Seahorse, bringing into balance the divine masculine and feminine aspects of self. And then we have Water Expression. I think it's really funny how the seahorse, the dragon seahorse, is the energy that wants to come through, because what does the seahorse do? The masculine seahorse embodies its feminine energy to its fullest due to the masculine energy, or the male seahorse, carrying those babies instead of the female. So off the bat, so much water energy, and we know water is a bridge. Specifically for this reading, it is a bridge between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. The interplay of energies in a very harmonious flow with all this circle symbolism that is coming through. So we know that the divine feminine is the intuition, the emotions, the keeper of the mystery, the receptivity, and the nurturing. It's also where, like I mentioned with the seahorse, is also the wound of creation, and the way that we are able to be fluid and adaptable. And I feel like that's a big point for the collective right now. With all this water emphasis and with all this water energy, we are seeing a lot of more focus within the waters and the oceans and the rivers of Mother Earth. Remember, the water is the soul's journey through the realms of the unconscious. It's our collective memory and our universal connection. So the fact that there is a lot of focus within the waters and the waters of Mother Earth really shows us that the collective is going through a massive upgrade, that we are really trying to merge and bridge the dualities, specifically the dualities of what water teaches us, that the divine feminine and the masculine aren't opposites but complementary forces, that they flow together to create balance, life, and transformation. There could be no balance without one or the other. So the focus for the collective right now is really about balance, the balance of stillness and the balance of action. When must the collective be still, and when must the collective take action, whether this is collectively in a grand scale or personally within your life. Also, with the water card here, the waterfall gives me the energy of like masculine energy, because waterfall is forceful. It's that drive. And then the bottom part of this card will represent the lake, which will represent the woman. Again, it keeps bringing up the aspects of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and I really feel like collectively we are becoming more awakened to the energy. The divine feminine is being called forth in a way that they spark the divine masculine, but also the feminine needs to embody more divine feminine energy. We've been in our masculine for so long due to the society that we've been born into, that now we must undo and reprogram ourselves. That is a lot of the energy that is also coming through, because the divine feminine and the divine masculine really serve as a metaphor for the alchemy required to bring harmony within ourselves and the collective. We are really coming into a higher expression of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the higher expression between water and between land. The fertility of the land rises when the collective energy rises as well. There was also an emphasis of placing boundaries. Though the water flows freely, it does need boundaries for it to flow purposely and thrive within its own freedom and intuition. Also, with the water energy, is giving me this energy of renewal, renewal, like fertilization of the earth, allowing life to be created, new life, a new way of life, allowing a new structure that is placed within the collective, but one of balance, one that honors the cycles, one that honors the flow, one of honors the essence within each and every one of us. It's time for us as a collective unit to really embrace the cycles and the rhythms so we could become aware of those cycles that we tend to keep repeating within the collective consciousness, within our collective timeline. The cyclical nature and the lunar energy, those cycles seem to be very important. Also 13131 seems to be important, and 144 very much important within this reading as well. It's the need to really encompass this both energies to strengthen our flow of motion, to strengthen our drive to move forward and create pathways and really enact change. Without both of these energies merging together and flourishing within us, within ourselves, and within the collective, the change that we want to see is not going to come forth. The change that we so desire is not going to come forth. Also, again, with the seahorse is all about magic and fantasy. This is a tiny underwater dragon. This is our reminder to stay steady and grounded even when the world feels turbulent. The seahorse is guiding us to really unleash our creativity and our imagination, to really think of the earth that is possible, to really think outside of the box when it comes to the problems or the issues that arise as a collective whole. Also, it's asking us to tap into our creativity to create beauty, to create the beauty that we want to see outside of us, to create the beauty that we want to see through Mother Earth. Creativity is our self-expression, is our soul being expressed and being seen and being heard. So it's very important that right now we use our creativity to the best of our ability to bring forth the change that we want, to really spark others. You're not really doing this to awaken anyone. You're doing this for the betterment of the collective, for the betterment of yourself. But when you are encompassed within your own self and within your own light, that automatically sparks and speaks to others. Also, with the seahorse, one of the ancestral knowledge that came through with the seahorse is stop making the same mistakes. And I think that is very important for the collective to hear right now, especially during this transition and during this, I hate to talk politics, but everyone's putting an emphasis on this election and what's coming forth for us. Stop making the same mistakes. We must learn from the mistakes of the past. We must learn the medicine that those challenges brought up for that timeline, for us to be able to understand and really make the change that we want. Stop making the same mistakes, whether this is within your life. It is time for us to really understand the lessons within those quote unquote mistakes, because I strongly feel like we don't make mistakes. Everything we do in our life is for a reason, and it's just they're putting it this way for us to be able to understand it and comprehend it, that sometimes we do tend to run in that hamster wheel and don't understand that we really actually have the ability to jump out of that hamster wheel. We think that the elites are in control of us. We think that this magical force and energy is in control of us and above us. And I also want to hit on that. Us continuously saying that there is an elite group of people over us and that they have power and that the collective cannot remove those shackles only gives more energy to that energy. It only feeds that energy more. So it's really important that us as a collective understand that yes, there are forces that are trying to oppose us, but we have cosmic ancestors, cosmic beings. We have earthly beings and earthly ancestors. We have celestial beings and celestial ancestors that are helping humanity and are helping our collective timeline. And we must know, and we must have faith, and we must understand in our hearts that the timeline that we are pushing forth, or we are ushering in, is coming to be, and that these forces have no power against us unless we allow them to. I want to make that very clear within the collective, because I am tired of us giving our power to something outside of us. There is no power outside of us. We feed. We give our energy to certain things. I even gave this example to my husband. Let's say I read a book, and I'm always reading this book, right? So my energy is slowly being transferred to this book, even though this book might be an inanimate object that might not have its own life force and its own energy, because my energy is continuously being transferred through it by me feeding it and by me reading and by me connecting with this book. This book now has my energy. This book has now come to life through me and my energy. That's an example I want to give the collective, so that we could understand that we give our energy to what we want to feed. If we don't feed it, what happens? It starves, it dies. And slowly but surely, the collective is becoming aware of this, and we slowly and surely are reclaiming our energy, or reclaiming our power. And that's where we really need to continue to go. But they want me to emphasize that right now there is a lot of stormy emotions and situations being brought up for the collective. That is inevitable with everything that is happening and changing. But this is to awaken a lot of beings to the real truth. The seahorse is also seen as a reincarnation of the sea god Poseidon. So a lot of ocean deities or ocean beings are being brought up. Specifically, some of them that were brought up was Aphrodite, Isis, Neptune, Poseidon, Tangaroa, and Setna. I've never heard of Tangaroa or Setna in my life. So that would be two energies that I will be diving in to understand a little bit better what they are trying to tell us collectively. But Poseidon, we all know Poseidon. Poseidon is seen as a symbol of strength and power. And the seahorse is seen as a symbol of bringing good luck, especially to sea travels. So with the sea travel emphasis, I feel like a lot of us are navigating the astral realms in a very different way. I don't really remember what I was telling you guys since I got cut off. Yeah, I feel like we need to remember that when we were in the womb, we were androgynous. We didn't even have a sex. It wasn't until our genes came to play and we became either male or female. So really encompassing that energy is really a focus right now. Really encompassing the energy of both masculine and feminine, to remember our strength, our power, our perseverance, to remember that we have the resources within us to overcome any adversity. No matter how small we feel, we could overcome. We have the power. Also with the sea dragon, this is untapped potential, which I feel for the collective, that's exactly where we're at. This untapped potential that we had not tapped into is now going to be expressed. We are going to recognize it within ourselves, within others, our inner strength and our resilience, and really dive deep into the ocean of our subconscious. Scorpio season might be ending in a couple of days, but we have Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is still scorpionic energy. So the subconscious is going to continue to play a factor within the collective. And it's this undoing of the subconscious, of all these behaviors and thought patterns and energy and feelings and emotions and thoughts and behaviors that we have continuously embodied from past timelines, from past energies, from past ancestors, from so many different things that have come to play into this timeline, and in our reassurance that a lot of us have forgotten these aspects, but not for long. not for long, not with the water energy coming to play within the collective in a grand aspect. We are going to see, we're going to feel, we're going to hear, we're going to taste, we're going to know that there is more out there than what they tell us. The water is not playing with us. The water beings are tired. The water beings are coming out. They are finally at the point where it's like humans need to know. Humans need to understand that they don't only live within themselves. This is so much bigger. This is so much grander. And it's time that we embrace both the masculine and the feminine energies and allow them to flow through our energy field to bring us to the divine balance and alignment. It's time we embrace these new aspects of our being, allowing the masculine energy to fully embrace its feminine qualities and allowing the feminine energy to fully embrace its feminine qualities. No more coming from a masculine perspective. Doing this without restrictions. We are going to see an influx within the way the waters of our earth have been acting. The things that we know about the water. Remember, I will say this with my chest every single time. The water is a portal. The water is a portal. It will take us to different dimensions. Our subconscious also feels like a pool of water in my head. I don't know why, but that is what I see. A pool of water with ripples. It's time we stop letting that past hurt affect our future. We are not victims. We are not victims. The water is inviting us to open our hearts and become receptive to our feelings and our sensitivity, not just of ourselves, but of others, and being able to keep our emotions in check. We can't control others. We can only control ourselves. Allow the water to wash away all your hurt, all your pain. It's time to release, collective. It's time to release and give it to Mother Earth and do it in a grand way so we do not continue to repeat these damn cycles. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. I'm tired of these damn cycles. I feel like we've been doing this for eons and eons and eons. And this timeline, we need to get it right. We need to get it right for the descendants that are to come. Yes, collective. The water is expressing itself. The water beings are expressing themselves. The water beings are communicating. And when I say water beings, I also mean the water animals, but I see dolphins, whales as beings. Very smart, intellectual water beings. It's time we pay attention to the ocean. And I feel like with the whole feminine and masculine and bridging these both energies together, it feels like it's been at war for quite some time. It feels, because remember, the water is linked to our intuition, our emotions, our nurturing. And right now they are at odds with the water of the world. They are at odds with the water beings. So what does that tell us, collective? That tells me that they don't want us to be tapped in. That tells me that they don't want us to use our intuition to see things for what they really are. That tells me that they're afraid of us to tap into our emotions, because what is emotions? Energy and motion. Once you understand your emotion, there's nothing outside of you that could control you. You are in control of yourself. That tells me that they don't want us to unite and work with one another and nurture one another and be receptive and give back to Mother Earth and give back to one another. That tells me they don't want us to know the truth. They don't want us to know the mysteries. They don't want us to know the power that we actually hold. That tells me that they want to silence the water beings and the energy that they are sending us for the collective awakening. That tells me that they are at odds. They don't want this change and this emotional depth. to come. They don't want this healing and this cleansing to come. But like I said, they are not in control of what is to come. We are. Water is a natural purifier, and she's doing her thing, trying to help the collective, trying to heal the collective. Water is a conduit. It's electric. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else the ancestors want to communicate. I'm just going to go ahead and bring forth one more card in regards to this and what the collective needs to know. Is there any other energy? This is the card that came out, collective. Trickster. Challenge. Like I said, these challenges and these obstacles, see, I hate calling them challenges and obstacles because it's the way that we view them at the end of the day. So if you don't see it as a challenge, as a blockage, and you see it more as a learning opportunity, you already deflected that energy. You already transmuted that energy into something good instead of what that blockage or that challenge could have been. Challenges are not a bad thing. Challenges shows you how strong and how powerful and how really about it you are. Challenges are not a bad thing, collective, and I want us to remember that as well. If things seem challenging in your life, this is for a reason. This is because the universe is trying to make you stronger. It's trying to make you see things in a different light. It's trying to give you kind of like a pause for you to realize, oh, this is not working. Maybe I should go this way. Or this is not good for me. I need to release it. Or these mindsets and thought patterns aren't what's going to bring me what I want. So I need to reprogram my mind. Challenges are not meant to break us. Challenges are meant to make us stronger. Also, I've talked about the trickster energy and how it has multiple sides, because everything has multiple sides. As we saw within this reading, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the light and the dark, however you would like to see it. Remember, these are just metaphors. The trickster energy is not bad energy. We could learn a lot from the trickster energy. There is a lot to be learned about the trickster energy. But with this card, it's giving me that we have the opportunity to see the energies in a different light. If we are ahead of what's coming, if we know that they are going to try to play tricks on us, if we know that they are going to try to throw curveballs at us, if we know that they are going to try to deflect our energy and bring our energy down, we already know this. So we know how to deal with a trickster. If a trickster wants to play tricks, then baby, let's go ahead. Let's play some tricks. I ate the rabbit. Tricks aren't only for kids in this occasion. Remember, there's a lot of trickster deities. But this energy is energy that is giving me that transformation comes through the chaos. The trickster energy is the disruptor of patterns. This is the energy of challenging the status quo, shaking shit up. This energy is forcing us to confront our beliefs and behaviors, showing us exactly where we're stuck. Growth requires disruption, baby, and stepping outside of our comfort zone. This is what this trickster energy is giving me. Aside from, there's always them individuals that don't want the highest good of the collective, but we ain't giving them no power. So we're going to see this energy in a different light. We're going to see this energy as the bringer of hidden truths, because the trickster reveals uncomfortable truths in unexpected ways. So this energy is here to help us uncover different aspects of ourselves. Remember, like I said, unexpected setbacks carry profound lessons for us to reflect. That is what's happening with the energy that is being brought up right now for us. These challenging energies are here because it's time for us as collective to reflect. Is this really what the hell we're going to be on for the next 4 years? The trickster is the agent of transformation. because they embody change and adaptability. So we're being led through this chaos for renewal. For us to be taught how to embrace uncertainty as part of our spiritual evolution. The only way we're going to transform is when we let go of control and really trust the process. Also, with the trickster energy, it's the need to use humor. The need to use humor and maybe even some mischievous energy up in the mix to bring that wisdom, to bring a lighter approach to all these heavy energies, even in difficult time. Like, one thing about me, baby, is I'm gonna crack up about my own self. I'm gonna laugh at myself before I allow anyone else to laugh at me. By the time you laughing, I already laughed, so I don't even see the joke anymore. You feel me? Using laughter within these hard times, using the playfulness and the joy. These energies are crucial in these times for us to be able to maintain the balance. Now, some examples of this trickster energy are like Loki is coming to mind, the Norse god of mischief and chaos. His actions cost him a lot of problems, but also led to very necessary changes. It's very important for us to embrace the unpredictability of life right now. Eshu, or Elegua, is also another trickster energy. And Elegua was a divine messenger and guardian of the crossroads, which I feel like the collective is right there in the middle of the crossroads. And in that middle, in that stillness, is where we gain the clarity, is where we know exactly what the next step should be. So we need to embrace the stillness of it all and consider the consequences of our actions. In Native American mythology, they have what they call the coyote or coyote. This figure is a creator, but he also makes trouble. He's a troublemaker. And this brings me to my childhood, because when I was younger, I was very much a troublemaker. I would get myself into things that I did not need to get myself into. But there was so many lessons learned within that energy. So many lessons. It's like my mom used to say, tienes que dar en los dientes para aprender. Te tengo que dejar que te des en los dientes para que aprendas tú sola. In other words, I need you to go break your teeth for you to learn on your own. I need you. The only way you're going to learn is if you go break your teeth on your own. Is if you go hit that wall and realize that there's a goddamn blockage. I know I'm not the only one that has heard that. And then I might butcher this one up, but Tezcatlipoca is known as a smoking mirror. And I want to put an emphasis on that. The smoking mirror. See, in Aztec culture, they believe the world is the Maya. Not the Mayans, the Maya. A mirror, an illusion. So now, that smoke is being cleared, baby. Tezcatlipoca embodies duality and challenges us to see ourselves clearly through chaos or conflict. This is all about self-awareness and reflection needed. Reflection needed within us. Because I repeat again, we are not able to change anything outside of us if we are not doing that inner work. It starts with us. So it's important that we embrace the uncertainties of this time, collective. I know it's more hard said than done because shit is crazy. But when you have faith and you stand firmly in your beliefs and you trust the universe will reveal what is needed, even if it's uncomfortable. I also feel like right now, it's a point in time for us to really reflect and see the lessons and the opportunities that came from certain situations that might have not gone as planned. It's very important that we continue to cultivate humility and a sense of humor when things go a little wrong. It's important that we don't take life so seriously. We're always worried about the next thing and the next outcome and how these different energies could affect us and what's going to happen if this happens and what's going to happen if chill the fuck out. Embrace the now, the moment that you are in right now. Focus on that. Focus on that. The trickster energy does not only have to be seen in a negative connotation. This energy is about adaptability. This energy is about wisdom. This energy is about resilience, baby, which is literally what we need right now. Though the world seems disruptive and chaotic, it's ultimately working to align us with a deeper truth, with deeper truths, and with our authentic path. The call has been made, collective. The call has been made, and this call feels like it's been. And it's time we express the embodiment of light and love and truth. We must continue to have hope. We must continue to sing to the cosmos. We must continue to pray. May we pay attention to the seed life right now, because they are communicating a lot. And a lot of the process that they are going through is emerging something within us. Specifically dolphins, sharks, whales, squids, like big animals. Big animals. This is for our foundation. This is for our foundation. All right. So I feel like that is all I have to say. I've been stopped multiple times already. So yes, just pay attention to the ocean and to the sea life, because there is an immersion happening. Immersion. There is an immersion happening within the sea life and the cosmos. And the cosmos. But this is about us really submerging ourselves within the experience, within the connection, letting go, surrender. Truth growth comes when we allow ourselves to fully let go and flow with the divine energy of life. Remember that. We must be fully present and engaged. And so is the water life. So is the water life right now. They are connecting with us in a deep emotional and spiritual way. The water life is connecting with us in a deep emotional and spiritual way. The water is connecting with us in a deep emotional spiritual way. And this is just all a physical representation of what is happening in the spiritual realms. What is happening deep within the collective, what is happening deep within Mother Earth. This is just another representation of it in the way that we see the water acting and the animals acting. So it's very important that we pay attention to the here and now and how these energies and elements and forces are trying to communicate with us to really make us understand what is occurring. So I hope this reading resonates with you guys. I hope this reading brings you guys a little bit more clarity in regards to all the energies that we are feeling and where the collective timeline is really going. This was very fun, and I think we hit a lot of points right in the nail in the head. I think it makes lots of sense in my eyes, and I'm just wishing you guys lots of blessings, lots of love, lots of peace. And know that you guys are not alone through this transition that we are going through. We are all facing it in different ways. It might look like different ways to different people, but we are ultimately all facing this purging energy, this cleansing energy, this restorative energy that this water element is really trying to speak with us about right now. So yeah, love you guys. Always wish you guys the best. And if you so feel called to like, share, comment, I love reading your comments. I love knowing that it resonates, and I love knowing your input, because it's very important as a collective force and as a collective energy that we communicate with one another and understand what each other is feeling. It always feels like it's little pieces to the big puzzle when I connect and interact with other like minded individuals. So don't be afraid to drop those comments. Don't be afraid to like, share, give me your own opinion and on it all. This is an open channel for you to express how you really feel. Just don't come with the negativity because we don't do that around here. But yeah, and if you want to keep up more with my downloads and things I don't really put on YouTube, you could always follow me at the Lulu Light Legacy. But that is all I have for you guys today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Bye bye, collective. Let's keep at it. We have a new earth to emerge.